Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle has finally gotten its Dragon Ball Heroes information, and it looks like the final celebration for Super Dragon Ball Heroes will be going out with a whimper instead of a bang, just based on what I'm seeing and the initial reactions from people on Twitter. Let's get into it. Excuse my unfamiliarity when it comes to anything Dragon Ball Heroes. I'll do my best, but I just simply don't know that much about it. Female warrior of the class tribe, the female warrior in black will be the free-to-play unit, it seems like, and we'll be able to receive her sometime on the 5th, so in a day or two. Following that, we have the reveal of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes new Space-Time War Saga event, which looks to be like a hidden potential orb stage. It says we'll be getting rewards that strengthen the celebration heroes, and in this high difficulty event, you have to face characters featured in the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Collaboration Special Campaign, which has been held annually since 2020. The only thing about this is, it's listed as special. Dragon Ball Heroes events seem to come in and out. I don't know if they'll just be packaging them in with Super Divers from here on. I assume they will be. If you're not into Heroes, this might be the only thing you're looking forward to. Not for the rewards, but for the, quote unquote high difficulty stage allure. I feel like there's just no way this stage power creeps out the current stages. It's too specific. It's for an event, and it's for a time of the year that is typically not filled with very difficult things to do. Usually you're just getting the characters and taking them into the previous year's content. I don't have high hopes for this, but if you like these characters, maybe grab some orbs. Yeah. And lastly, for the global side of things, we have the reveal of the EZA batch, where they say specifically that Super Dragon Ball Heroes will end its service. This means that this will be the last year we are having an SDBH collaboration event. However, we are still planning to strengthen collaboration characters by Extreme Z awakening them and more. So please look forward to it. I don't have much to say about this other than it doesn't surprise me. I think a lot of people thought that maybe the SDBH characters that remained would just sort of be in limbo, but it felt like with the Vegito last year, as well as the Goku Black last year, those are pretty big ticket releases, so they'd be either getting something from Divers or just at some point buffed throughout the year. But the biggest thing about this footnote is actually this. So I collected a few instant response tweets sort of just reacting to the reveals, because this reveal was in Japanese and I don't speak Japanese, so if anyone had any information about how they felt, I wanted to talk about it. And Zed here says that it's confirmed that new characters won't have heroes restrictions in their passives. Instead, they will have crossover, time travelers, or others, so this doesn't really mean much. This is important because, if you remember, I said before, I would not pull on this. I would not pull on this. I would not pull on this. Pass. Do not pull on this. If you're the biggest Heroes fan in the world and you're sad it's leaving Dokkan and maybe getting replaced by Divers, sure. Again, I'll never tell you that you're stupid for spending your money or spending your stones. I just would not suggest doing it. But at the very least, if you are going to spend, if you are just going to throw money at the machine, then, I guess you can at least take solace in the fact that they won't be as limited. But time travelers, crossover, it's the same shit. And last but not least, we'll get into some of the reactions to the actual info that dropped, because I said it before, I'm not a Heroes fan. I pulled for the Vegito last year and I pulled for the Rose last year because the banners are usually pretty accessible, but there wasn't really anything happening for Global for another 8 months or 9 months or 10 months or whatever it was, so it's not like I couldn't save. Here we've got some pretty well-known goobers on Dokkan Twitter saying, unless they're busted, I'm skipping. This is confirmed the final time Heroes will be in Dokkan, and this celebration is dog shit. And then beyond that, it's in 8 years we didn't get SS2 Gogeta, SS3 Gogeta, Grade 8 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Kaioken Gogeta, Limit Breaker Gogeta, SSB Evolution Gogeta. Which seems to be the most common thread as we head in the Zed saying, no, Gogeta is so weird, are they hiding another batch at the end of the month? And if you're the biggest Gogeta fan in the world, hey, maybe we've got some good news for you. Let's head over here. Dokkan Acid says, so people are thinking there'll be a part 2 for this celebration since it's so long and there's no Gogeta. I doubt it, but we'll see. Cope. And finally, we arrive at my biggest concern, which is, as I was watching the reveal for these characters, I just really wasn't impressed by their animations. Dokkan Acid again says, guys, I gotta be honest, this is really cool, but all these animations besides this one in the intro, I believe is referring to what looks like an active skill between Goku and the Super Saiyan 4, are so mid, they actually fumbled so hard. And Heroes cards, if you've been following, have a bit of a wonky presentation in Dokkan. I mean, the game itself is pretty over the top, but it uses these models that are a little older, so you kind of get this like nostalgic feel when you see Heroes do things. In Dokkan, they just look a little plasticky, sort of like the Yamamuro era of Dragon Ball Super. As I was watching the reveal, because I actually had pretty high hopes for the Heroes animations because last year's were pretty good. As I was watching, I felt like I was looking around, like wondering what the fuck was happening. Like maybe this is another example of the sync took up too much resource time because these look, I don't even think they just look cool or okay. I think they look pretty bad. And I genuinely don't say that with hate in my heart because last year I said it, I pulled for the Vegito and Rose because I was like, I'm not into this, but this looks pretty cool. I just, if you're a Heroes fan, I feel bad for you. Like, I feel like you would have wanted more out of your celebration, right? Like, even if you got a part 2 LR, which is something we're going to talk about in a moment, does that even feel good? Like, after how poorly these first 2 characters look? I don't know. I don't think that makes up for it. And lastly, before I get out of here, we'll head over to the Truth, who says, I'm curious to see confirmation of when exactly this banner is. Looking at all the info plus end dates of current celebration stuff, I do believe we will see another banner. It might be a Heroes LR, maybe LR False SSJ Goku. I do think an LR this month is realistic regardless. I don't feel particularly strongly about the Slug celebration, not because I don't think Slug is cool or I don't think False SSJ is cool. I just think False SSJ hasn't really been acknowledged by Dragon Ball, so I don't expect it to. What I will say is that with these first 2 Heroes units looking like they do, I actually hope the LR is a Heroes LR to send off the celebration. And I hope that it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it can go on multiple teams. I hope it is powerful and can make up with great animations because I just feel like this is such a letdown for the people who love it. Like I said, no hate and shit. I look at this and I go, really? Like, if you really fuck with Heroes, this is what you got? I don't know. That's going to do it for me, though. I'm going to get out of here. Good luck to anyone pulling on this. It should be live in about, I don't know, I think the 5th is when we're going to get the events and stuff, and maybe we'll get the banner on the 11th or something. Either way, good luck to anyone pulling. I hope this Heroes celebration rounds out to something great, and maybe this is just like teething from a weird reveal. We're all going to make it. Subscribe to join the club, and like if you like the video. Peace.